You're watching Bruce C.I.A.
Look at that, guys. What the freaking hell? Yeah, it's blue. Anyone else gonna come into frame? I'm going by the dipper now. There you go, right by the dipper. But you watch, there are buddies there. You watch. We should see some buddies. There. Thank you. Honestly, how can you not thank them after doing that? I'm going to post this whole part of the video so that you see it.
The ionosphere is constantly changing because it's formed when particles are ionized by the sun's energy. The ionosphere changes from Earth's day side to night side. When night falls, the ionosphere thins out as previously ionized particles relax and recombine back into neutral particles. Did you know that roughly 49% of solar radiation is infrared? About 7% is ultraviolet. What you're witnessing is, wow, infrared camera picking up the radiation arriving to Earth as they transform themselves back into neutral particles. Poof, amazing, eh? Science is incredible. We don't know anything about it, but it sure is nice to check out. What we're going through right now on the sun are very rare. They're associated with solar coronal mass ejections. When plasma from the sun, with its embedded magnetic field, arrives to Earth, it may possibly cause widespread and long-lasting damage to our electrical grid systems. Also, satellites, electronic navigation systems, and undersea cables are all in danger because of some major coronal mass ejections and radiation that headed towards Earth. But now more coronal mass ejections headed towards Earth. Possibly tonight we could see more auroras. Hopefully the sky will be clear. This is an ejection you see there on the right. Plasma leaving the sun that you see here on the right, and on the left it's literally a coronal mass ejection that by chance, thank you God, I was able to capture. And if not, it's a starship leaving the sun. I mean, seriously, that is an object, entire object of mass, many times bigger than Earth, that either solidified and took off leaving the sun because of an explosion, or it's literally a spaceship. Whatever you want to come to the assumption, it's a mass that is very large. Guys, thanks so much for being here at the premiere. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. It's a lot of work getting these videos up. I'm going all out this month. Celebrating 55 years of going to the moon, they said. No, of the Apollo 11. I think more celebrating the lies. Guys, if this is a spaceship that was fueling up, that is fueling up on the sun, and that was just behind it, rising up off of it and taking its energy, oh my God. I want to thank each and every one of you for helping me with this channel in every way that you do. The contributions, the generous contributions, the helps, the shares, the comments, subscribing, liking the videos, the extras, becoming a patron. For all of you who took the time to become a member to this channel, I really appreciate it. 8 years of research completed in only another week, and then we're starting the 9th year of research. Many captures and sightings, and that's what we'll be looking at here. Just a glimpse of a part of my research over the years. They talk about debris, it's been years, and when I'm filming a comet, an asteroid, or the sun, or even the moon, or just out in the sky, I always get lucky enough to catch something flying by. And when you slow it down, that's when you see what happens. Let's look at this object slowing down, going behind the tail of Neowise, or lined up with it. Did you notice something happening? I don't want to say it until you guys notice it. There's something being shot out of this object. Let's look at it slow down, close up. Object, debris, whatever it may be, will go by again and shoot upwards into the tail. 3 to 1 there. See the dots going by? Show it to you one more time. Not hard to see when you see it. Let's see that one more time. The debris coming into the tail of Neowise. 3, 2, 1, shoots upwards, and then just goes. Looks like it breaks up. Looks like several objects tied together, tethered together, whatever they may be. Whenever there is an astronomical event or the sun aligning itself up, or meteors going by, asteroids, or even comets that are noted to be going by, when you're observing these phenomena and events happening, well, you see a lot of UFOs around the objects. Like when I'm filming Jupiter, I see UFOs beside Jupiter. Remember this? Oh yeah, the asteroid or object, or is it Air Force One? You see the Air Force One plane they're talking about, supposedly going 5 times the speed of sound. I don't know whether it's a prototype they're talking about or whatnot. So we're going to take one of these objects, that one right there, the clearest one as it's going down. We're going to zoom up on it, and we're going to swivel it around to try to get more of a form and shape of it to see it up close. And this is a way of presenting a finding, a work, whether it be an asteroid or something. I probably wouldn't do it with... See, there's the original image there, quite simply. Except it's going upwards to the right of the sun. This was in Valleyfield, Quebec, and I was able to share that with people. So this chevron, let's call it a chevron, because that's literally what it looks like. And here I'm really happy to show it that it's in that image, and you could totally see. I mean, it's not cloud. You know it's not a cloud. It is white and reflective, a lot more reflective than those clouds, but really, really a cool finding to see that stationary in the sky. I was driving, so obviously I pulled over a couple times to get the shot. I would have loved to have filmed to see it either disappearing, and that's exactly what it did in a flash with the sun. But there it is, like I was laughing the other day, a surfboard, whatever you want to call it. It's out of place and it's in the sky, right? It should not be there. And it has a flat head, and it has 2 even tails at the back. So obviously I thought at the beginning a comet, but again, you could not see it moving. But again, Neowise either, you really hardly see it moving either when you're looking at it in the sky. Debris, asteroids, leftover projects, who knows? Without a doubt, this is something that is an object. It was stationary, and the clouds were wisping by it, and that's pretty incredible. One of my favorites, debris. Tethered object, a line, something. It's huge. I was able to see it spiraling by. You could see it folding and unfolding itself. These are all real captures, and I think I've earned at least that much credibility to be able to say, with the amount of captures that I've seen, maybe some of these captures could possibly be real. Scroll back. It looks like the tethered object that went behind Neowise's tail. If you've ever seen an image of Earth in front of the sun, you know that it's really not big. Sometimes larger objects can fly by the sun, and look at this large object that would be far larger than Earth flying by the sun. Welcome to all new subscribers to the Bruce Sees All channel. I'm Bruce Swartz. I have asteroids, meteors, comets, UFOs both on Earth and on the moon on this channel, and everything you see here is all my work. See it obviously changing its substance to gas, and fire appearing as it's leaving the sun. How do I know it's big, you say? Well, not many objects make it by the sun. Even the comet was lucky neowise, to get by the sun, proving that its interior, the nuclei, is a lot thicker and more solid, dense than we think. Here's an unknown comet flying by just off of the edge of Betelgeuse. An amazing, amazing still from a video, which I don't even have anymore, that video, I don't think. This is a beautiful, it looks like an angel, diamond shaped, and look at the crisscross X's at the back. It could be a comet. I could be wrong. Again, it is outgassing, right? So do asteroids outgas like comets? I think anything that gets close to a hotter object, like these objects are coming from interstellar space, they're freezing, right? Once they get near the solar system and near the sun, they start heating up, and they start, their substances start changing, transferring to gas. My channel is very unique. The work that I'm showing here is all the work that I've captured, my understanding of space, and understanding space and time, understanding quantum physics, understanding ufology and astronomy. This is a ginormous rock, planetoid, whatever you want to call it, debris, UFO, going by the sun. Look at the close-up to be able to see its shape, and look at that, on fire. And that's what I wanted. That's what I want to be able to share with you all, because I get really excited seeing these things ever since I've been young. So if this is the same chevron that I've seen, but upside down, or just another object, has many similar traits and characteristics, but this time a couple of UFOs at the back, even one at the nose possibly, don't wonder why the channel will not get a lot of attention. If I keep catching stuff like this, for sure, it's going to disturb someone. So what is this object crashing down to Earth? Because of its speed and because of the way it's going over to the left, it was definitely outside of our atmosphere. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for supporting this channel every and any way that you guys can, coming to the streams, becoming a patron, a member, and for the super chats. Thanks, everyone. Head on over to Twitter. I have a Twitter channel. Just started it, approaching 1,000 subscribers. Head on over and help me grow. We stream Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Montreal time, and Fridays twice, once at 1 p.m. and then at 8 p.m. Come and join the conversation. What was in there? So, we got rid of another box. There we go.
Plants on the ground.
Broken live stream plant. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Nope. That's not it, I guess. From learning the telescope and from finding the UFOs and the research, I did it from scratch. No help. Yes, the blooper reel. I'm going to have to get more of those. They make me laugh pretty much, actually. I'm probably the only one laughing at them. Welcome, everyone. Hi, my name is Bruce Swartz. Large objects just under Copernicus crater. Can't specify it enough. I am really upset that the videos are remaining at 2,000 or 3,000 views, which is just clearly ridiculous. Seems to me it should be reaching tens of thousands of views. Not being vain in any way, but I think that the proof that the telescope and my research is showing, it should be getting out to a couple of more platforms and more people. But for whatever the reason, and I'm probably not the only channel, I remain shadow banned. So it's important that, and you guys have nothing to do different, you're sharing the videos. It's thanks to you if I get any views at all. The community is what makes the channel. But look at this object. Looks like a massive, almost cylindrical object standing up inside of some and surrounded by some type of wall or boundaries. And we see that very often in many areas of the moon. Now watch this. We're at the bottom of Copernicus. That tunnel-like object there, but look in a circle. The black. It's not a shadow, my friends. There are dark structures on the surface. The dark and the bright together is the camouflage of that area and the surface. The craters are being camouflaged. That's just my belief, but I really believe it. Now watch where this leads off to. You can see that there's covering of some type hiding the rest of the way as it leads off straight up to which crater? Copernicus crater. They are real objects on the surface that are not being seen. And again, that white glare and that dark yet bright object. You see what I mean by dark yet bright? There, and we're going to see a couple of those structures, and of course, look at that. The smokes, hazes, UFOs on the surface. Whether we're looking at storms that have to be pretty big, it's the entire surface that has that haze over it. And in and around the craters, we see objects floating around near the surface, 90-degree angle and symmetrical features. The lights that I'm capturing on the surface is another reason for more people to, jump to the occasion of viewing the research. They are really up there, and we're going to see later on. Also, there's a light system on the surface. There are lights going on simultaneously, miles and miles apart. Like you just saw there, 3 lights together. Let's see it here in a different way with a green filter, night vision filter. It's not night vision camera, just a night vision filter, simple green. And watch what appears. So now those white objects will be now dark black, and we'll see them a lot better, and that's all I'm doing. Watch the 3 of them appear at the same time. There we go. All 3 of them there, and you can actually see the haze moving over. Copernicus crater right here. A light coming out of the edge of Copernicus crater. We can see it right there. Unless you slow down the footage, it's not going to be seen. But the surface has a lot of that activity on it. Still under Copernicus, we see a line going to some type of structure that we have no idea what it may be, but it sure looks constructed. Under the hazes, we see different types of UFOs, some even leaving some type of gas and color and the large objects. Something very interesting that in my research I had the chance to witness were UFOs arriving, and several times, arriving to the surface. First, a beautiful light lighting up all the atmosphere and showing us all the atmosphere in and around the east side of the moon, and seeing an object land, which, don't forget, I've showed it before, seems it was actually launched from the surface. I'm going to show you 2 of them, so it's not just one, and they are arriving one after the other on the surface. But first, take a look at this. Before that light that I showed you just moments before landing on the surface, whatever it may be, this happened. This occurred. And then you can see to the right that light, which is now going into the trial of the scene that I just showed you. But whoops, what's this? A second light. There are more than one lights, and at many different occasions, UFOs arriving on the surface of the moon. They are dark structures or constructed boundaries that we see on the surface. I mean, it's a literal shape sitting there, or it's a very straight symmetrical outline where you can see some very straight. I'm showing the public what they've been waiting for. The moon. Check it out, guys. Hi and welcome everyone. This is the moon of August. Not that long ago. Take a look at something. I'm going to point to something. I'm not going to tell you what it is. Well, obviously, I think you know now because of the title. There's a lunar wave. And not just a lunar wave. It's a term, whether, I don't know. I don't know if it's Crow 777, I think was the first to say that term. It could be. It's what I was told. But whether it be an actual term that NASA talks about, haven't heard them talk about any waves, But the ones I'm finding, let's call them, waves and aftershocks if you want. And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. And we're going to see it here over Mare Imbrium while it's along the Terminator line. 2 spots on top. On the left, the gray is Mare Serenitatis. There it was. You missed it. There's the rest. So we're going to go see it in great detail, slowed down even more. It's going to go over Mare Imbrium. It's going to go over the whole line, obviously. You'll see it coming from top to bottom, traveling. There it is. And there's the aftershocks. Whatever the heck it may be, it's very interesting. So I saw lunar waves on the moon at least 6 times. This is the only time I saw a double lunar wave. Have you ever heard of a bow shock? We have it around Earth because of our magnetosphere. There is a core inside of the moon. Maybe there is an atmosphere. Maybe this is energy, radiation coming from the sun, right? Pushing fabrics of time or the atmosphere aside, like a plane does in the sky to form a black line. Hey, it's thundering right now. Taking their chance. Can you guys hear it? It's rumbling. The sun. We're talking about the sun. This is what's making the thunder outside. I assure you, the sun leading up to 2025 will be bad. So over structures on the moon, go back and look at the craters. They show structuring and construction. I'm not kidding you. This is a double lunar wave not that long ago. When I found out that UFOs were on the surface of the moon, that there were massive explosions, maybe even possibly a war, I was so overwhelmed. I didn't know where to start to be able to share everything out with people. I just started showing close-ups of everything that was going on, just raw proof of an investigation of something I don't understand. The governments themselves don't even understand, because we're not just talking about one alien species. The UFO story extends so deeply, guys. They're experimenting on humans, by the way, both our governments and aliens, and there was a deal, an agreement done. Trump knew about it, not for nothing. He was probably an assassination attempt against his life. This is a massive UFO on the surface of the moon, lighting up and then disappearing as you see the energy disappear, and then just poof, a puff of smoke left in the outline of that UFO. I've documented hundreds of UFOs and different phenomena, probably 10 to 15 different types of lights, smokes and hazes, and mysterious phenomena happening on the surface, both with living creatures and UFOs, and even some of the structures and mysterious areas and regions of the moon. This is me talking about the attacks about 5 years ago. I've been in this for a long time, and I intend on exposing the moon. I will not let the blocking of the traffic, views, and revenue upset me. Many nights I stay up 24 hours, and back in the days I was up, I did not sleep. I would spend all my time getting home with my full-time job exposing the moon and interacting with people online. And this is how I got blocked. I spent lots of time with my son, but every chance I had for me, I took to spend to share this all. Look how tired I looked, and I'm not going to stop. Hi everyone, thanks so much for stopping by. I need your help. The channel is going down, is being held back, is being shadow banned. With today's video, the proof that I have that there are UFOs on the surface of the moon, lifting off of the surface in military formation, there's an interaction with other lights on the surface before the crafts actually lift off. There's a light system, there's a system operating the crafts or the lights that we're seeing, whether it be projectors on the surface, projecting UFOs on the surface. I have a very, very serious video, and I need all of your help to get these videos out, because this video is probably one of my best videos, and it's not going to get any views. I'm not going to be able to be here to continue doing this if the channel keeps going down this way, because I'm not getting the information out. It's up to you guys that believe in my research, please, to share the research. Please take the time to look at this video entirely, in its entirety, till the end. There will be UFOs in the front, UFOs in the back. We're going down to the surface to see the nit and gritty parts that cannot be told to anyone. I'm going to expose it. I'm going to show it to you all. But if the videos aren't getting interest, maybe they'll be. Over the years, at least 86 videos were taken down. They did not want me showing certain things on the moon. And my life was in danger having exposed some of this. Let's get back into the research, everyone. Again, I'm just trying to share everything to you all to show you how much problems I am having. I do this full time. If you want to support this channel, subscribe to it. Even today, we lost many subscribers. There's lots of attacks on the channel. Thanks, everyone, for being here. Like remnants of ancient alien structuring, but it doesn't mean it is alien structuring. What do you think of that? Did you just see the wisp or smoke lift off the surface? They're on the surface, my friends. I'm telling you, you're looking at now, there's about 20 in front of you. Those lights that are on the surface are UFOs. They're moving around very quickly. They're lighting up on the surface. Watch here. There it is. You see the line where it went up? It swooped over to the left. Another puff of smoke off of the surface. Gigantic puff of smoke off of the surface as these UFOs are leaving. Do you understand that I'm showing people UFOs on the lunar surface flying over Copernicus? Okay, these aren't faraway craters that are unknown. And these UFOs are on the surface of the moon. I'm trying to get this research out. It's absolutely ridiculous that this does not get out to the entire world. Why would it not get 2,000 views for showing real UFOs lifting bloody smoke off the surface of the moon? It makes no sense. So that's how I know I am definitely being shadow banned. Do you see what you're looking at? They are sitting on the surface, some of them, and they are lifting off of the surface, rising massive plumes of smoke as they raise themselves off the surface. You can see the proof with a telescope that I'm showing, filming them, no trickery, and yet it's not getting any interest. This way, the way I'm showing them now and finding even more of them is very clear as compared to the little bit pixelated the last time I showed it. But listen, these aren't easy to capture. But now we're seeing a very good image with a red filter because the surface was not red. This is a red filter, as you saw with the green filter, to help you see the details on the surface. We're seeing UFOs flying across the moon. But hang on. They're leaving the surface of the moon. Has anyone ever seen a UFO in a video leaving the surface of the moon? I haven't. And if there are more out there, I'm sure they're probably being blocked just the same way that my channel's being blocked, which is pretty sad because I'm not stealing anyone's information or data. I'm not using NASA footage. Look at that, 3 at the same time. 1,000 miles across the bloody moon, lifting off the surface. Military fleet-like formations that these UFOs are doing. They're winding from left to right like they're following a wave field on the surface. And it's not something that I'm just going to let go by. You could be sure as hell I'm going to talk about this and that event until somebody bites on and is interested in it and shows it. Because the whole ideal of ufology and ufologists and the astronomy community is to look for this proof. So why would not any other channel doing research in astronomy and ufology connect with me? Guys, if I may take a moment, the moon's on fire. There's lights, explosions, smokes and hazes, lines, constructed objects. I mean, how can people not see this? I know all of you see this, but it's impossible that the rest of the world do not. Impossible. I'll tell you this, reality exists as long as things are realistic. When things become non-realistic in my world, I'm starting to wonder if we're not living in a physical simulation with lies all around us.
Just the lights taken down, my friends. That's all I'm doing. And look at the fires burning on the surface of the moon. There are thousands of them. It's active. If you're telling me it's volcanoes, okay, so be it. I'm not going to tell you guys that I'm a professional and that I know that and confirm that they are not. But why would they not have told us? There's a reason for hiding whatever's up on the moon, and it all comes down to the fact that there's an activity up there any way you look at it.
You just saw inside of Aristarchus crater, and this is Mare Fecunditatis. I confirm to you, and NASA letting you know that I know, just a couple of miles away, a few miles, 100 miles away from where NASA declared having landed, there are UFOs leaving the surface. And guess what? They're on the surface, and they're also leaving the interior of the moon. That's why they're hiding me. So me, I sound like the boy who cries wolf. Nobody's going to know me. Maybe I will get killed, and eventually the research will come out, or maybe it won't. But I'm telling you, the moon's inhabited, and I have the unique exclusive proof right here. Rarest UFO exclusive captures on any social media platform. Let me know in the comment if you agree. Let me hit you with a fact. They're doing the same thing right here on Earth. No fly zones, areas that are covered with clouds to hide the surface. On Earth, what's happening here is also happening on the moon. And it doesn't mean that it's humans up there. It means that we've been watching aliens for a hell of a long time, and that we're absolutely back engineering everything. Not only the craft, but their ideas, their system. If we are watching these alien planets and the way they interact themselves on the planet to try to camouflage themselves, you know the US is definitely interested in this, right? I haven't even showed you the spacecraft yet. Literally, spacecraft, like with 3 thrusters and everything all around it. Everyone's all preoccupied. Like, what are these living beings, giant creatures in the moon? And now look, or is it a UFO that just plunged under? Did you see that? They have to back this up. It's only a short video of an idea of what my long research is. What's this? Fishing around, swimming around in the lunar atmosphere. And those lights, many instances of them. Here's a beautiful, ghost? It's awesome. You could see some features that, storm. There's the UFO thrusting. I'll be showing you that close up. I got a couple of them in groups that they fly by, my friends. This is out of this world. So if you appreciate the research, I appreciate you subscribing. I'll be honest with you, some of the research that I'm doing, it's only done by military or secret societies. I mean, check this out. You interested in this? Let's get into it. No need, it's free research. A UFO with 3 lights that come out underneath. One has a tail on the object that was propelled from it or appeared beside it. It was propelled. You can see its tail and an object over top. So which one is a UFO? It's the dimmer green light that's going by, that one right there. So you have a light over top that appears simultaneously with 3 lights underneath that is shot out, what looks like, from that UFO, while a plane is simultaneously moving along with it at the same speed on the same trajectory. That other extra dot there up on top. But notice those 3 lights. Do you notice the tail end on the bottom light that lights up, where it's literally coming downwards? Look, I'll get a circle up. You can see a tail end on the object right there when it flashes. All 4 objects flash at the same time.
Those are just like at Skinwalker Ranch, guys. He's going to let me see it, but it's going towards the sun, and I got the infrared camera. Okay, let's see if I can see it. Come on, it'd be awesome. Yeah, there it is. Alright, daytime UFO. That's been a while. Awesome.
This message is for my friend Marcelo. Amigazo. Watch this. I'm going to do a test for you. I'm going to point up into the sky and ask for a UFO to appear, just for the fun of it, to see if it instantly appears. And obviously, it always does. And I'm just going to show you the raw video. Check this out, Marcelo.
That's where the UFO appeared. Marcelo, can we make one appear? Force one to appear without moving. I say right here. Let me take a lucky guess here.
This proves nothing, guys, but they are tests that I do for your interest. So for your entertainment, I asked it again.
Can a UFO appear from Marcelo? Shit me a brick.